All right, hello everybody, and thank you for joining us on this new RedEApp Notifier webinar, which will show you a new and improved and much easier way to send messages to your teams moving forward. My name is Dennis Kroos. I'm the Employee Systems and Communications Program Manager here at Trilogy. You've probably had messages from me in the past, so you know who I am. But I'm also joined by Taylor Butler, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm actually with RedEApp. I am an implementation specialist. In addition to that, if you look below my name, you can see a contact, which is support@redeapp.com, and you can always call us as well at 855-733-3277.
Thanks, Taylor. So what are we trying to achieve with today's webinar? What are our goals? Well, first of all, our target audience, that's you, should be anyone who has notifier access. That's usually those who manage teams, but it could also be somebody else who has to communicate with larger groups of employees, such as schedulers. So hopefully we've got all the right people on the line here. So our goal is to help you understand how to access RedEApp as a notifier moving forward, and how to send messages to your teams and or groups that you have access to. We're also going to insert some helpful hints and tips about the best practices for sending clear and concise messages, and we'll hopefully help you improve the read rates of your messages, meaning the number of people that read your message. So we'll start with accessing the notifier portal. This is something that will change, and Taylor will guide us through this process.
Perfect. So starting in early 2018, accessing it has changed. So when you go to redeapp.com, you will actually select employee login from now on. This is in the top right corner of the website in gray.
You don't want to use the admin portal link anymore, hence the little red mark through it. It's very important that moving forward, you guys only use the employee login.
Perfect. So the way that you'll log in, you're going to enter your normal user ID and your password, then tap on Sign In. If you've forgotten your password, directly under, it'll say Forgot Password. If you click on that link, your login credentials will be emailed over, and then you can select a new password. However, I want to emphasize, if you ever have any problems receiving that email or not sure where it went, you can always contact our support team again.
Yep.
Next, I'll be going over how to compose your message. So as a notifier, you have a compose button on the home page. That will be in the left navigation upon logging in, and it's in red, and there's an image of it right there. So click on Compose to start your new message. To begin, you'll start by typing in your recipients. So this can be groups or individuals, or a combination of both. And then at that point, you'll select the desired recipient or recipients to add them, and then you'll see their names or group names appear below.
So these images below show a little bit how this works. If you were to type in Bill, both the group revenue billing and the name Bill Moore might pop up, and you can just select the one that you want, just click on it, and it'll go into the To box just below the recipients box, and that'll mean it's added to your recipients list. And then you can keep typing in whatever you want and add more recipients as needed. So one of the things that you want to do is really draw them into your message when you're sending something that's not a weekly schedule that they expect. And the subject of your message can be anything, but we highly recommend that you make it something noteworthy if it's something out of the ordinary that you're sending, because it's the first thing that your recipients see, and they have to actually tap that headline, the subject line, in order to read the entire message. So don't make it too long. 50 characters or less just about is probably good. I don't think there's any limitations on that anymore. There used to be a 50-character limitation, but I believe that is now gone. However, it's still good to limit your headline to to about 50 characters. I usually try to include a call to action, tap here, click here, something like that. You want people to try to, or you make it more likely for them to read your message beyond just the headline. So I came up with some examples. You could say, help us fill an open shift on this date, tap here. If you're in an ER3, Christmas in July, join us at our ER3, tap for details. If you have something that's important to nurses, it's a good kind of thing to do to include the group that you're specifically sending this to in the subject line. So you could say nurses, important falls policy update, or food services, thanks for a delicious Sunday brunch. You can be, creative with this if it's something out of the ordinary. The main body and formatting is where you will enter your text, the message that you actually want people to read. I, again, oftentimes name a group. If I don't send it to a huge group at once, and I want to make sure that people realize it's specifically meant for them, I try to name them by job title or something similar. So something like Good Afternoon CRCAs would work to draw their attention to the fact that this is specifically relevant to them. And then you can enter this text as needed and do with it what you please. Now, you can enter the text just like this and send out the message, but if you want to be creative, you can optionally use a bunch of formatting tools to make your message stand out even more. So on the next slide, Taylor will discuss a couple of the options that you have in more detail, but as you can see, there's a lot of stuff available that makes your message look a little better than just your standard email.
All right, so we have a formatting toolbar, and it contains many options to customize your message. So if you look here, you can bold, italicize, or underline parts or all of your message by just selecting the text you want to format and then clicking on the appropriate button. And then you'll see that at the top toolbar. You can also create a header, which will make the text much larger, use a bulleted list or a numbered list. In addition, you can add images, videos, and or attachments. Keep in mind for images, we always recommend JPEG, MP4 for videos, and PDF for attachments. If possible, always ensure the file size is as small as possible because there is a 100 megabyte limit. You can also insert website links by clicking on that link button into your message body.
And this might be, while you can insert an image or a video directly, if you have a YouTube video that you want to share, you can just use a website link instead. The add attachment button is very handy if you have a policy update that you want to share. You can take the PDF of that policy and just attach it directly to the message so people can read it right from the app.
And so I'm going to elaborate on using those website links. It's important to note about website links in your messages. So best practices, click here for more information or tap here for details, then turn those sentences into those links. You can do so by selecting the sentence you want to link, clicking the link button, then typing, or better yet, copying and pasting the URL of the website into the box.
And better yet, because if you make a typo in the URL of the site that you're linking to, then it won't work. So copy pasting avoids that.
And here's a great example at the bottom. If you see click/tap here for more information has been highlighted, and the next step is tap on the link, and you'll enter the website. In this case, google.com was entered.
And that links or leads to the link or the text, click or tap here for more information, actually automatically turning into a link, and it avoids using or you having to put http://google.com in the message body itself. So it's a very easy way to make things look just a little better for your readers.
And when you're done crafting your message, there's 3 options I want to explain today. The first option is that you can save your message as a template. This is really good. For example, schedulers sending out a message on a weekly basis with employee schedules. So you can also find your saved messages in your personal drafts, different things like that. The second portion is to click schedule to send your message out at a future date/time. This handy feature is good for people with different shifts. Also, if you're going to be out on vacation, but you still need to get your message out at a certain date or time. The last is to send now. This will send out your message immediately to your group or to those individuals you have selected.
Yeah, and use that schedule feature. You can really, use a very specific date and time. If you wanted to send something, for example, at 3:07 p.m. in the afternoon next Wednesday, you could schedule it for that time. It's a very flexible tool, so I highly recommend that. As for the save button, especially schedulers will want to use that. It's important to note here that when you save them in your drafts folder, that is a personal drafts folder now. In the old version, you were sharing the drafts folder with everybody else in the company. That is no longer the case. So very exciting update here. All the drafts that you will see are just your drafts when you save them out there. So I highly recommend to those schedulers that are sending out weekly messages to take the messages from before and recreate it in this new version of RedEApp, so that you have it at your disposal at any time. All right, and that is all that you really need to know. This will help you hopefully understand how much easier it is now to send messages as a notifier to any groups that you might have access to. However, if you still need support, it's important to know all the documentation on RedEApp is available on the K drive in the 08 Employee Services folder. So just do a search for RedEApp with spaces between Red and App, and you will find all the documentation you need. Additionally, you can find them in the file section within the app itself. All the documentation is available right there. We'll also make a document outlining the steps from this webinar available in there shortly if it is not already available. If you have technical issues, and that's usually something like password resets, registration issues, somebody can't log in for any reason, or is having hang-up issues, whatever it may be, is getting a weird error message, employees themselves are able to contact RedEApp support at any time by phone or by email. I believe they're available between 8 in the morning and 8 at night. And they are very quick to respond to any issues you might have. If you have any other issues that are non-technical, so if you feel like you might be missing some notifier access rights, you miss in a group, or one of your employees that you think should have access to a group doesn't have it, you can always contact me directly at the email address and phone number noted. And I'd be glad to help out and see what I can do to support you. If you have any other questions from this webinar directly, please give me a call as well, or send me an email, and I'd be happy to explain any items further. With that being said, Taylor, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And you all, I appreciate it. I hope this was helpful. We're at just about 15 minutes, so thank you and have a great day.